Alright, jigging this thing up. This is not a flat surface here, so it is what it is for being accurate. Seems pretty even. So I did on the last one was I came off the center of the hole, which I need to do on this one also. So we're losing a gasket. Scrape the carbon out. If you're lucky, you get a decent surface to work from. Something to work from. Still not high enough though. 0.3 degrees off. Excuse me. Like stacking up a lot of crap to get accuracy. About 0.6 on both angles out. See a little bit of air in there, but not as bad as the other one. So this needs to drop. So we're in the vicinity here where we need to be. So what's got the air in here? I think the air is on these surfaces here. Yeah, it's on this. Or this one. It's flatter than any file gets it. Clean them on. All right. A little better. Still got a little jiggle to it. Give or take a little.
Yeah.
This is a little bit harder to do. As you go back up. It was 6, it's no 3. That moved. Too much. Closer.
Good enough.
Because you're going to go that way or this way.
All right.
8, 12. It's almost in the middle. That's 0.04 off. So you average the errors. This one's got more error in this direction. Tenth. Varies a lot. Oof, easy. Oof. Do small increment changes.
Right.
Sticking with it. Keeps moving too much. Now you don't want to rotate on the head gasket. You want to tighten the clamp. Yeah, that's why it's loose. Lose a bunch, it ain't affected. 3, so we got 3 and 4, give or take. Give or take some jiggle. Close enough for government work. Way close on you for Harley work. That's we're doing playing with taps for now. Alright, so now if you tighten this, it'll put a mark in the head, so you just tighten the back side. That's why I have a washer there, so if it does want to turn it can turn on the steel against steel instead of aluminum. This is called a compound setup. We've got rotation this way and rotation this way. But this is vertical. A triple compound would be this would turn that way, but that'd overlap. You only need 2 axes of rotation to get what you need, not 3. 3 just gets confusing. That's why 5-axis mills work good and 6 are kind of goofy.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't do 6 in the same spot, they'll have one this way, one this way. That'll be a huge different huge different movements. That's how you get 6 and 7 axis mills. Different things happen, or you have double adjustments on something. All right, now for the fun part. Where in the hell is the center of that screw at? It's never where you think it is.
Right.
When a screw breaks, it breaks on the long side and the short side. So you're looking at elliptical, you're looking at something like this, because there's a thread going through it. So it's never perfectly square.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to figure out which angle you're looking at that's off.
Could you mill it flat to the same surface as that then?
It still isn't going to be square because you're working off a thread. The thread goes in a circle like that.
Right, right.
So, but yeah, you can cut it. You can cut it flat. Usually I do. Makes it a little bit easier to figure out. But like I said, when they break off, they're not clean. Either way, it's not a square surface. See a regular bolt. So you'll have a thread disappears.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your closest side, and the far part is the thread out the other side. So this one here, it ended right here. As you keep going, it changes where it's at, the center. So it's hard to tell where you're at.
Right.
Okay, what do we got for surface right now? Might as well bring out our sharp end now. It worked so good last time we used it. No, it's already broken in. Alright, so we got a clean cut now. So you can see where it broke right off over here. That's where the thread's going off. So right now you got most of your thread is on this side, so you have to pull the center this way a little bit to make it more true. It's still hard to figure out. Next problem is getting in here. The drill chuck right in front of me. There's some interference issues here. And they're bottomed out back there. You hit the limitations of this mill in its current configuration. Luckily, we still got more down.
Right.
If that doesn't work, we loosen up the ram, we move the whole damn head out a couple inches. Then we'll be back safe again. Back in the working area.
Do you manually move the ram?
Yep. So here.
Oh, okay.
We're at 8 inches right now. So see, you got a 1.5 feet, or a foot in the back of the machine, way the hell out the back.
Okay.
You can move this thing out a foot.
Oh, wow.
Easy. That'll put you way past how far you can come this way.
Right.
You'll be drilling out here. You can drill down through this if you want to. The table only goes to here.
Okay.
You can drill off the table. So that way if you got something hanging off over here working on it, you can't move the table back far enough, you hit.
Right.
Arm way out, you can work out here.
Okay.
You'd have to twist the head over also to get over the outside edge.
Right.
But that's
To get the
same thing, you
depth.
twist it, come this way,
Mm-hmm.
and you pull that thing out a bunch. So you can come out a foot this way, you can work way out here if you want to.
Right.
So that's the advantage of this mill. Most mills don't have the ram.
Mm-hmm.
And it does come in handy at times. I have used that feature. When you're doing goofy crap, like fixing Paco springers, you got to work out the end of the table. That springer is this long.
Oh, wow.
You can't put it on top of the table.
Right, exactly,
You have
too
to
high.
overhang it. So I overhanged it off the back of the table, what I did on that side over there. It's still kind of a goofy setup, but it is what it is. Okay, now we got to kind of guesstimate where the center is at. So you look for a center and then you go slightly away from the center. Because you know you're looking at only part of it. So you have to guess at which part you're looking at. So now you got to determine where you think you're really at. So you can see how the thread's way over here,
Yeah.
where it's cut. So am I in between those two surfaces? Pretty close. You can move this way. And do the same thing, you're looking at it. But you got to remember, you're not
Trying to keep that outside.
The head is not square either.
Right.
But it's closer. So I think I gotta put that 10 thou back in there. I took it out. That way. You spot it. And try to guesstimate your location again. Sounds like I'm pretty close now, see? The other thing you do is you put a washer on there and center the washer of the head cap, but it's kind of hard to tell, but sometimes that helps too. What does not work is using the gym tool. It's over here somewhere. See it right there. Buried. There it is. This piece of crap. It ain't accurate at all. It rattles in the holes, it's got clearance on studs, and that thing will go back and forth 50 thou.
Oh wow.
Yours is fitting a little bit tighter. It's kind of pretty centered up.
Mm-hmm.
So you come down and you look at this and go, okay, how close are we, what they think it should be. So according to this, I need to go that way, about another 10. And we're pretty even this way. Maybe 5 more. Pretty close. So the air is going this way again, another this 5 thou change. It looks pretty even that way. Maybe 2 thou more out, maybe. You wouldn't think you'd be able to see 2 thou, but you can. The problem is when you tighten this nut down, it changes everything usually. Remember, this surface is not flat.
Right.
So it cocks when you come down on this thing.
And if you're only applying pressure on one side, you also.
So it doesn't, see it cocks as you come down. When it cocks, see how it moves?
Mm-hmm.
And I've tried machining it so it's flatter, but see this surface isn't flat over here, so if you put a washer on there and just sit on that, it still doesn't do it. This is not tall enough to hit it down here, which is the surface you really need to be against, is that surface. But then you couldn't tighten it. See, it's made to tighten up so you can drill it.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is when you tighten it, that induces all the airs.
Right.
So it doesn't really work too good. I don't know what we're hitting on this right now. We're hitting on something. But on your port, it's actually fitting pretty snug. Usually it wobbles a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
I've had the things move 50 thou side to side.
Wow. Thanks, Jim.
When the exhaust pipe gets all worn in here, or the head from the pipe rubbing around in it,
Mm-hmm.
you ran it with the stud broken for a while, it's really bad.